Hey,
Hello? I can't see anybody.
We are live on YouTube already, guys, just so you know.
All right, but I can't see anybody. Why is that?
You gotta do your video.
I
You have
see.
all the hill.
Yeah, how you doing, Johnny?
All right, how are you?
Long time no speak.
There we go. Is my picture backwards?
No.
It's okay. It looks right.
It is backwards, actually. But we're live on YouTube, guys.
Oh, it's okay.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Randy.
Hey, Ellen, long time no see.
Yeah.
So Randy, it's okay now, Randy?
You're still backwards.
The heck?
It's supposed to look backwards on your screen.
I know, but it's not. I will just do something else today. Everybody here?
I had texted Aldo and Rita that we were running late from the last meeting, and
Yeah, she's there at City Hall, she said.
oh, okay. That would explain, because she was probably there with Jim Clinker.
Hello, are we still there? Hello?
I'm here.
Okay.
Nancy Rita's not here. I don't know where everybody's at.
Yeah. Who is?
Hawley, Nancy, Kevin,
Well, who is?
Phil.
Tom Hawley's here.
I'm here.
Yeah.
Kevin Donahue. I don't know if he's here, but he's
No,
on the
he's not.
committee. Nancy.
Hey, Nancy.
Is, I don't know, Steve on the committee? I'm not sure if he's on this committee or not.
No, Nancy just called me and said the code's not working. I was like, there's many people here. Hey there. Yeah, what number are you using? What code number? Yeah, she was expecting to be able to talk right away, and I'm like, I need a minute to allow you in. I didn't recognize your number. So then she hangs up and leaves. So she's
Am
coming.
I the only one on? Am I the only one on video? If that, I'm gonna get off.
No, Alan. Well, yeah, Alan.
We need someone on video though for
Yeah, you do need someone on video.
Oh, I get to be the. Thanks, Tom. You're making me be the lucky one.
Yeah,
Well, you have a better background than I do.
Yeah.
I'm not on the committee, so I shouldn't be. My face is the one that shouldn't get there all the time.
I'm gonna fall asleep. I'm so tired. This remote learning is killing me.
I've been, I'm seriously, all these, every meeting nights, now I don't do it for 7 hours in a row, but
I know.
it's a lot different. I'm telling you, it's stressful.
717.
My eyes hurt. I look at the screen for all day long, and oh my god. Then I'm talking to myself because the kids are all muted. It's crazy.
So Nancy, you're there now. You should be able to talk now. You're not muted and you're here. Nancy, Rita. Turn up your volume.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Okay.
we got you. And I don't know who you're expecting. You're missing Kevin, I think, is the only one on your committee right now.
Okay.
And then we are live on YouTube, so you're more than welcome to just go ahead and get started.
Okay, let's start this meeting at 7:12 p.m. on Tuesday, September 15th. Held remotely on Tuesday, September 15, 2020 at 7 p.m. as permitted by Executive Order 2020-07 signed by Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker on March 16, 2020 in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. To participate remotely, download the Zoom app or call 312-626-6799. Judiciary Meeting Webinar ID 872-5667. 5689, password 872571. Again, I'd like to call this meeting to order at 7:12, and I'll take a roll call. Hawley?
Here.
Cantelo-Zylman?
Here.
Hill?
Here.
And no Donahue, correct?
Correct.
Is there anyone else that has joined the meeting that I need to
No,
put in my?
no.
Okay, and we got Brandy Hauser. Okay, public comment. Public comment shall be by email only. Persons interested in making public comment must email their public comment to nrita@cityofblueisland.org by September 15, 2020 at 6 p.m. Emailed public comments received will be read during the public comment portion of the meeting by Alderman Nancy Rita. We did not receive any public comment. Okay, so the first thing on the agenda is to amend, as we discussed at our last meeting, amend the overnight parking ordinance. Has everybody had a chance to look at it?
Yes, this is Alderman Hill. I would feel more comfortable if we could get sign posted because I had a couple of residents have been calling me and they suggest that we put up signs because they parked there and they didn't know that it was overnight parking, and they got ticketed and they were complaining about that. So is it possible for us to get signs posted?
Okay, so when I came in at the tail end of the last committee meeting with Alderman Clinker, Public Safety, and I believe it was discussed in there, and I thought that they said yes and that it would go to Municipal Services. Is that correct?
I believe so, yes.
And Chief Arzab had suggested that they go just in the beginning at each entrance of the city.
Yeah.
So it's on, and Alderman Carr is on that committee, and so she is the chair of Municipal Services. So I believe that's going to be discussed in Municipal Services. But I can also, as a suggestion, we can ask that it be put in the water bill as a reminder once we get these amendments voted on.
I think
How
the
does
only
that
was a great idea, but the only problem is if you are a renter and you don't own, you don't get a water bill, I don't believe. I'm not sure how that goes because I have a water bill. But somebody once complained to me and said that if they don't get a water bill, how do they find out the information that's going on in the city? Maybe Hawley might be able to answer that question. I'm not sure.
Well, if they're a renter, they should have a city sticker and it's not an issue.
Oh, good point.
If they have a visitor overnight, I guess. I don't know that probably that's, I mean, as Chief Arzab, I guess, suggested to put it at the entrance of each entrance of the city for public works, which will be discussed in Municipal Services. And
Talking like Western and 119th and 127th and, you know,
I believe.
Not every entrance.
I'm not sure. I was coming in when they were discussing it because, you know, one of us has to be here at City Hall now. So I only heard the tail end of it. And I know it's going to Municipal Services and I believe Community Development. So both those, since there's already been, you know, there's already an ordinance, so it doesn't need to come to Judiciary. It's just about putting signs up. So I believe it'll be discussed in both those meetings. So Alderman Hill, you may want to attend those meetings or send in email to either one of those chairs about your concerns. My suggestion again is just that we send a reminder out in the water bill and they could put it on Channel 4. I don't know if renters or anyone watches our Blue Island channel.
I do.
And I mean,
and on the website too, I guess would be good.
Yeah.
Okay. So
there's only so much we can do.
So under the for the overnight parking, amending the ordinance, we need to get through the ordinance, but you want per Alderman Hill signs put up to be discussed in Municipal Services and Community Development, and that was per Alderman Clinker. A reminder in the water bill.
The website.
The website. And what else did you, channel, the BITV?
Correct.
Okay. Does anybody have any other suggestions to remind people?
And Alderman Rita, I can have that verbiage be put on the back of the application for the city sticker too, so that they can have it, whether they read it or not, at least it'll be there.
Oh, you mean so when we put it on our window, it will see it on the back?
The application where the receipt you get when you come in and you fill it out and or when it gets mailed to you, on the back there's verbiage about, the car costs this and there's places I can put it on the back of the application form so they'll have a copy of it.
On the back of the receipt, or are you talking about printed on the, when you get your printed receipt from the computer where it comes out right on there? Do you mean that?
Right, that one, yeah, that one that you get mailed to your house, on the back of it, it has a lot of information about when the late fees are applied, when they're good till, and there's information that I can change to reflect that if you have visitors, you need overnight parking. To call
All right, on the back of the application. Unfortunately, I didn't get mine this year, but our mail has been, something was going on with our mail in the spring, but it's been corrected. Okay, back of the application, and would it be a hassle also add it on where it just automatically prints when you print out the receipt? Or is that overkill?
That's part of it, yeah. That's when you get it. Not the receipt, but when you either by mail or what you fill out when you get to the clerk's office, it will be on that information that you either get in the mail or when you walk out of City Hall with the receipt that you wrote all your vehicle information on. On the back of there's a lot of information.
Okay, or even just as a handout, hand to them. Like a flyer type thing, even.
Sure.
Whatever's easier. Okay, so so the back of the application to come from the clerk's office and or flyer, right? Okay, so is that good with everybody?
Yes.
Okay, let's move on. Amend overnight parking ordinance. Did everybody have a chance to take a look at it? So all the changes that we suggested were in the ordinance underlined, and it says, it's under section 1 in the first paragraph. It says overnight parking, no person shall park a motor vehicle without. And then actually Chief Arzab had sent some changes to Carrie Horvath, who forwarded them to me, which we incorporated, but one change was we got this late, so this one change wasn't put in there, which we can put in, but we have it in another section. We have it in section B, so I don't know if it would be redundant or not. And Chief Arzab's suggestion was overnight parking, no person shall park a motor vehicle without first being registered through the Illinois Secretary of State to a valid Blue Island address and displaying a valid Blue Island vehicle license, and then our changes or permanent visitor overnight permit. So at our last meeting, we were calling it a placard. It was suggested that we call it a permanent visitor overnight permit. So this way, if they decide next year, like right now, it might be cheaper. And plus, we don't know how many of these we're going to get. I mean, we may get 5, may get 100. So if we only get 5, they're just going to use, the clerk's office will just use like a placard type thing, what they're doing now. And then maybe next spring, if they do get a lot, they'll print a different color city sticker. But that'll be up to the clerk's office. Does that sound good to you guys? That's why we'll just call it a general permanent visitor overnight permit.
Yes, that's fine.
Okay. So, and then we added on D, residents. Oh, and then getting back to C about the handicap, that's per state statute. Persons who have been issued a handicap parking permit by the city of Blue Island. It's per state statute that you can't ticket a handicapped person for any additional parking ordinances. I don't have the statute in front of me, to be honest. I'm sorry, but it's per state statute, and that's what I was told by the attorney. Okay, that's why it's in there. We can't take it off. We could put the statute in there, but what good would that be, right? Okay, so we added D, residents who have a vehicle leased or owned by the resident's employer, which is assigned to the resident and has been issued a permanent visitor permit. Then we have the vehicle license or permanent visitor permit must be fully and completely affixed to the lower front, and then it goes into all that. And then on page 4, Chief Arzab had suggested to take out the entire, oh, I'm sorry, I skipped ahead. On page 4, at the top, we added, is everyone following along?
Yes.
Okay, partially removed or partially affixed vehicle license stickers or permanent visitor permits will result in a citation for violation of this ordinance. Any resident, and then we added this, any resident desiring a permanent visitor permit shall file an application for such purpose with the city clerk. The applicant shall submit name and current address, name of employer, current mailing address of the employer, and a description of vehicle. All applications shall be signed by the resident and owner or a duly authorized agent of employer. Upon payment of a $50 fee, the mayor shall issue or cause to be issued a permanent visitor permit, which shall be attested by the city clerk authorizing the overnight parking of such vehicle. Meaning it's in lieu of the city sticker. They're getting one of those. So it'd be a $50 fee, correct? Is that what everybody agreed to?
Yes.
Raeann?
Yes, I agree. Sorry, I was muted.
Okay. Okay, and then the next paragraph is what the, I'm sorry, I didn't finish. So going back to Chief Arzab, so she wanted added in that first sentence under section 1, did I finish reading that? First being registered through the Illinois Secretary of State to a
Yes.
valid blue item? Okay, so we could add that part in if we want, if you want. Does everybody want to add that sentence in?
If she wants it in there, there's a reason. So yes.
Okay, very
Well, no,
good. Okay. Okay. And now the next thing is, which we did not change, but she asked for it to be removed. And then Mr. Horvath, he was supposed to get back with me, but he hasn't so far. Well, not within I haven't checked in the past 40 minutes, but I hadn't seen an email from him yet regarding her comments. And the legislative attorney, I had forwarded that to him and he didn't say anything about it either. So she wanted to take out the paragraph on page 4. The above parking restriction shall not apply to any vehicle parked within a 1-block radius of the following streets: Western Avenue from 119th Street to Grove Street, Old Western Avenue from Canal Street to 135th Street. No vehicle shall park within these designated areas between the hours of 2:30 a.m. and 5 o'clock a.m., Monday through Friday morning, and between the hours of 3:30 o'clock and 5 o'clock Saturday and Sunday morning. She wanted all of that taken out. What do you guys think?
What was the reason for wanting to take?
I'm assuming this has to do with the businesses, right? Like an
Yeah.
old.
That's why I was there, because it's slightly later than the regular one.
If she wanted to take it
Right.
out, there's got to be a reason.
Well, probably because
I'm
people
saying-
are complaining that it's loud.
I'm sorry. It's because on the weekends, the bars are open until 3 and our ordinance says 2. And even during the week, the bars close at 2 and someone might park around the corner and not get there till 2:15, 2:30. So if we write the ticket at 2:01, they're just leaving an establishment in Blue Island.
Wait a minute. It
No, I
says
know,
the
but it's
above it says 2:30. It says the above parking restriction shall not apply to any vehicle parked within a 1-block radius of the following streets: Western Avenue from 119th Street to Grove Street, Old Western Avenue from Canal Street to 135th. No vehicle shall park within these designated areas between the hours of 2:30 and 5 a.m.
Oh,
and that through Friday morning, and between the hours of 3:30 and 5 o'clock Saturday, and Sunday.
Right. So that already takes into account the later hours on Friday and Saturday. That's why that's in there. For the bars.
But if you,
Right.
but if you look at the other ordinance you're gonna be looking at in item number 6, the Uptown residential parking ordinance, that could conflict.
So do you think that, Alderman Hawley, do you think that that language should be taken out or left in?
Well, I mean, again, if she wants it out there, must be a reason. I'm not sure. I mean, that's why it was put in there, was because of the bars.
Right.
And, but maybe she wants it out so that she can more easily enforce loud exits or something. I don't know.
We have
Yeah,
two
they
choices.
didn't
We
tell-
approve it, or we just wait and get more information from her. I'm not sure what you guys want to do.
Yeah, neither
I think
one of
we
them
need to get more information.
gave me the reason why.
So my question, I do have a question. Do both legislative council and Alderson know about both of these ordinances and how they're written so that they don't conflict each other?
As far as I know.
But you also said Olson didn't get back to you, and either did Welch, right? So maybe we should talk to our attorneys before we take anything out.
The legislative attorney did get back. This is what they gave me. They didn't take it out. But if you want to take it out, because Chief Arzab wants it out,
I don't know. I'm torn. I don't know. I think there's got to be a reason why she wanted it taken out, though.
Right, we need to find out what
I
the
sent her
reason is.
I sent her 2 emails and I invited her to the meeting, and then she answered and said she couldn't make it and that she sent her suggestions to Carrie Horvath. And then I had to ask Carrie for the changes, and he didn't get them to me until late. So
So maybe she wants to take it out because somebody leaves their car there overnight because they don't want to drive. I don't know. I mean, it could be a million reasons. I think we should wait and talk to her.
Right, absolutely.
okay, then this will not get passed at the next city council.
Is that going to be a problem?
Well,
I don't know. I'm just saying. I mean,
Wow.
whoever worked on this and put this together, now also we're taking it out, and we don't really know why we're taking it out, except for the chief wants it out. So I don't know. I'm confused. Somebody persuade me.
right. I don't know. Should we just leave it, and then if it needs to be addressed later, then have them.
I think we just let's table it.
I can call the chief if you'd like. I can call the chief tomorrow and ask her why she wanted it taken out. And
Let's just table it until next meeting to get more clarification. That's just my opinion. I don't know what Hawley thinks or Hill. That's my opinion.
Yeah,
I
that's why
agree.
it's going
We
to
need to
other-
know the reason.
right?
what?
It's going to other committees though, right? What happens if it passes
No.
out of there?
No, this is it.
Oh, this is it? Okay, yeah, then table it.
All right.
Chairman Rita, may I ask you a question? This is Alderman Stevo.
Wait, Alderman, are you on this committee?
No, but I'd like to ask you a question.
Okay, go ahead.
These 2 ordinances on parking, who amended them?
We did, the Judiciary Committee, and then we
I
asked
mean-
for Chief Arzab's input, which
lawyer
he agreed.
amended them?
Both attorneys, I don't know, both attorneys looked at it. What does that matter? Why are we getting off track? We need to stay on track.
I have a question. You don't think
No,
an
no, no,
alderman
no.
has a right to ask a question?
You're not on the committee, and we already had public comment.
I don't have to be on the committee. I'm an alderman. I can attend your meeting and ask a question. I have that right as an alderman.
Generally, no, Alderman Steve, generally that's not how it works. Usually the committee, if I had a question for community development, I'm not on community development, I would send my question to the chair, and then I would talk during public comment.
And where is that written at? Where's this written at?
That's the way it's always been since I've been elected.
I never heard of such a thing. The aldermen always have a right to ask a question.
All right, well, I think there was a problem with one of the other committees also, so let's move on.
All right, so we're going to table this to find out what the purpose of taking that one paragraph out is, correct?
Correct.
All right. I just know that some people got tickets. That's why I just wanted to get it taken care of, but we can table it. And then did you guys see the other changes? It said each submitted request is valid for one vehicle for a single calendar date. Exceptions may be requested for consecutive nights. Any person requesting permission to park overnight on consecutive nights shall provide the police department with the calendar dates for the first date and last date for the requested exception. Any person requesting permission to park vehicles overnight may submit the request online, frontlinepss.com/Blue Island, or by calling 708-385-1313. Because remember, you guys said instead of calling every single night, that was that change.
No, I think that's good.
Okay.
That's better.
Okay.
Chief was fine with that?
I'm okay with it.
Chief was good with that?
Nancy,
Yes.
was the chief
Okay.
okay with it? Good.
Yes, as far as I know. But if we're tabling this, I'll make sure. As far as I know, yes.
Okay.
But I want to. But since we're tabling it, I will ask her that as well. Okay.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay. And then once we get that set, if to either take that language out or leave it in, then this ordinance will be ready to go, right? Okay, so let's take a vote to table the overnight parking ordinance. Who would like to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to
that-
table it to get
Alderman
clarification.
Hill would like to second.
Okay, we can't do voice vote. Let's see. So Alderman Hawley,
Aye.
Cantelo-Zylman,
Aye.
Hawley.
You
I said Hawley, sorry. Hill.
Aye.
All right. Okay, next on the agenda is to amend the city sticker ordinance. And I put this on, both me, the legislative attorney, and Chief Arzab thought that the city sticker, the only thing that needed to be amended was that no licensee shall hereunder for a motor vehicle that is not registered with the Office of the Illinois Secretary of State and an address within the municipal limits of the city. And then in the next paragraph under 7304, proof of vehicle registration. Because remember, that was one of the things that the residents had brought up, that they didn't know it had to be registered in Blue Island. So we added that language in the city sticker ordinance as well, so that they both have the same language. That's the amendment.
And I will put that information also on the back of the city sticker application.
So does anybody want to make a motion to accept the change for the city sticker, the amendment to the city sticker ordinance? Is there any discussion?
I'll move.
Motion by Hawley, second by
Alderman Hill.
Hill. All right, on the question, Hawley,
Aye.
Cantelo-Zylman,
Aye.
and Hill.
Aye.
Okay. Next on the agenda is the Uptown Residential Parking Ordinance, which came from the Community Development Committee, and I believe Alderman Hawley, you're on that
Yes.
committee? Okay, so you're aware of it. This came about because of the Cook County Medical Building parking in front of residential homes.
Yeah.
Okay, so did everybody have a chance to read the ordinance? And it's all spelled out in here. And we also made sure that we put the language in the ordinance under Section 2. Those portions of the following streets within the city of Blue Island are hereby designated as residential parking areas. And then they'll only go in front of residential homes. And Public Works is aware of that as well. So we're not going to be putting signs in front of parking lots and libraries and, you know what I mean? Does anybody have any questions?
No.
Would somebody like to make a motion to accept the Uptown residential parking
Make a motion.
ordinance?
Chairman Rita, may I ask you a question?
Not right now, Alderman Stevo, please. We're trying to
This affects residents of the 7th Ward, and I wasn't asked to have input. There's residents in my ward that are being omitted, and that's not right. Nobody from community development asked me for any input.
I was told that it was forwarded to all the aldermen that it affected.
I
The
received,
wards that affected.
I received it, and I have houses that have been omitted that are going to be affected negatively by this.
How are they going to be affected negatively?
Because, for example, on Gregory Street, Prairie to Union, that's close to the facility, and they'll be parking in front of their property.
You have to be resident. You have to be a resident. It's going to be resident parking only if you live there. The residents who live there can only park there, not the patients.
That's right,
Correct.
but that's been omitted. It's not
And then
included in there.
that's the problem that, I mean, way back from John Rita days, he said, you know, you put it on, you put residential parking around, and then they just move to the next block, and it doesn't really save the problem.
That's why we hit every block. That's why
I
they
know.
included every block.
But it's only, isn't it one block off of Western? So those just go 2 blocks off of Western. Or to Gregory, like Alderman Stevo says.
I don't know. I was told that, did this pass, were you part of the discussion in community development?
Yeah, I said something similar to that too, but it didn't matter.
Oh,
I mean, there is problems with it. I mean, there's problems with the parking around that area. I understand that. But this is going to push it off into other areas. I mean, I spoke to the eye doctor who works on Western Avenue, who was complaining that his patients have nowhere to park. And I said, well, where do you park? And he says, well, I park in the neighborhood. So he's not going to be able to park there anymore. But I know that there's problems with the residents in that on that street, on those streets.
so what are you suggesting? This ordinance is not what you
Well,
want?
I don't know. I just always agreed that when you do this, it causes problems elsewhere. But I know there's people that complain. Is it all the way the whole length of Western? I don't remember.
Hold on a minute. Prairie Street on the south and north sides from its intersection with Greenwood Avenue on the west to a point on the east where it intersects with the alley located, it's from the alley located west of Western Avenue. and on the south and north sides from its intersection with Gregory Street on the east to a point on the west where it intersects with the alley located east of Western Avenue. And then the next one is Oak Street on the south and north sides from its intersection with Greenwood Avenue on the west to a point on the east where it intersects with the alley located west of Western Avenue. So it starts
Right.
at the alley. Walnut Street on the south and north
Yeah.
side.
You don't have to go through all the streets.
All right.
I just didn't know if it went the whole length of 100 from 119th down. I couldn't remember or not. I mean, because
It goes Union.
I've had complaints
So
up
the streets
further
are-
north as
it's
well.
Prairie- It's Prairie, Oak, Walnut, Union, High, York, and New.
Right.
So the other portion is, if I may, was the discussion was that the 2-hour parking on Western Avenue be enforced. So there'd be plenty of places for the customers of the eye doctor, for instance, and the employees of the eye doctor might have to park at the parking lot on behind Moraine Valley or on Gregory or wherever there's public parking available. And that's part of the whole process with community development too, to obtain those parking lots from the hospital property, the Lockwood.
So yeah, that's how it was explained to me too, that the employees would just park in the parking lots right there. You don't think, is that not feasible for the doctor's office?
Yeah, it is. I mean, they'll just need to be let known. But the doctor may just park in between Greenwood and Maple on Oak Street because it's, just a block away, as opposed to 3 blocks, if they have to go to, behind Moraine.
Wait, say that one more time, Tom. I'm sorry.
I said the doctor, the doctor and their patients may just park between Greenwood and Maple now instead of between Greenwood and Western. And because instead of walking from behind Moraine Valley. Anyways, it's a slippery slope, and I know the people are very upset about it. But we've had people upset in other areas on Vincennes and Irving in the past.
I know I received a couple calls too, but I had explained that I'm not the alderman there, and but once it came to judiciary, we would try to get it to judiciary as soon as we can, but that it had to go through community development first.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I mean, we can try this. If it causes other problems, we can adjust it later.
Alderman Steve, are you okay with that, since it's part of your ward?
Well, I'd like to have Gregory included on it.
I don't believe there's parking allowed on Gregory anywhere between 127 and Vermont or James Street.
Just trying to avoid any future problems with it.
Oh, absolutely. There was, and initially the discussion was that we might go from Maple to Irving, but we're going to try and do this initially to see if this would solve the problem with Cook County Hospital, as well as any potential customers from the Vault and Ravens.
Well, I explained to you how I felt about it, and it's up to the committee. Thank you for letting me be heard. Thank you.
You want Gregory included? What 100?
From Prairie to Union.
On both sides? On which side of the street? Gregory from
East side of the street. The east side. No parking on the
Gregory.
west side.
You can put Gregory in there, but I'm virtually 100% sure that Gregory is, there's no parking on either side of Gregory. It's a state road, you know, that, is there, oh wait, there is a portion on Gregory on the east side.
Right. That's
right,
correct.
right. Not, I'm thinking the west side because I'm always on the west side of the lane, but yeah.
Right.
Okay, so Gregory from Prairie to Union on the west side?
East side.
East side, there
And-
is some parking, that's right, there is some parking on that side, correct, I'm sorry.
Just that one block? Or I don't know if I shouldn't say one block, just that area, Gregory from Prairie to Union on the east side of the street, correct?
That's correct.
Right. We can add that in there, that one sentence, and we
Right.
can still send it. Does
Yeah.
anybody have any other?
Good catch, Alderman Steve. That does change things because, yeah.
Thank
We
you.
can add that as number 8 on page 3. All right, anybody else have it? Alderman Hawley, are you okay with trying this, and we'll see how it goes, and
Yeah.
we can revisit it if you want in a couple months, and if it's not working, we can, and Alderman Steve, because you're the alderman that this affects, you know what I mean? I know if it was the third ward, I would want to be heard, so.
Yeah.
And
Well,
I
mean,
apologize.
if they push further,
I
if they push further west, it's out of my ward, so it's not my problem.
Alderman Steve, are you okay if we try this and see how it goes? And if the residents are complaining, we'll revisit this in a couple months.
Yeah, I'll go along with that. Thank you, Chairman Rita.
You're welcome. All right. Anybody have anything else to add to this, or is everybody good with the rest of it?
I'm good.
Okay. Let's see, would somebody like to make a motion for this Uptown residential parking ordinance? So I started to write motion by Cantelo-Zylman.
Second by Alderman Hill.
All right. And then individually, Hawley, Cantelo-Zylman,
Aye.
Hill.
Aye.
All right. Motion passed. Okay, next on the agenda is the property damage claims. So the first one is 2020-4618. And did everyone have a chance to take a look at it? Looks like a golf ball broke a window. And it's in the amount of $207.
I thought we didn't pay for the golf balls. For the windows that broke in the golf balls.
We started paying for them the last 2 meetings. That it was recommended by Attorney Burke to pay them. Right?
I don't remember. I don't know. Holly, what do you say?
That's what
yeah,
I
we
said the
started
first
paying
time
them.
we started paying them. That's what we both said the first time they recommended we pay them. Actually, on this one, the attorney is saying not to pay it, which I don't understand why, because it's in the same ballpark figure as the others from the last 2 meetings that we had property damage claims.
Maybe the last one has special circumstance, because I remember I worked at the golf course, and I remember we never paid for any of those golf balls. They had the windows.
I know, and now we are, because the next one, oh, never mind. That has to do with public works. I don't know. I think we should pay it. We paid the others.
I just think once we start doing this, then we paid a lot. There's a lot of windows that get broken with golf balls.
Yeah.
We've been paying. We paid the last 2 meetings. They've said to pay them, and we had this exact discussion, guys. We had the exact discussion. The first time they said we should pay it, I said I thought that we didn't pay these, and I thought Kerry said that was new to him, and then Kelly I thought she had also, I don't remember the exact, but they said to pay it because it was not a nominal fee, correct? I mean, do any of you guys remember these from the last couple? We talked about this. I don't have my minutes in front of me from.
I do remember like 2 years ago, there was a meeting with the association that we would pay for up to a certain amount just for a little incidental, a couple $100 here and there for windows, but I don't remember exactly what was formalized with the association. I just happen to remember that happened.
I know we paid the last few. Do you want me to look for my minutes?
No, I know we paid them too, but I was under the same impression for a long time that we weren't doing it, but then we started.
So was I, but we started to now. So, I mean, we might as well pay this one too because we've been paying them.
Yeah.
And then if you want, I can send an email to the city attorney.
Now, why does the
assuming
attorney say we should not pay this one?
they don't say.
Yeah.
Did you see on the paper? It just
I
says
didn't. I just thought maybe you heard something separate or something.
no.
I think we should table it because I mean, if we start paying all of these, maybe last time there was a certain circumstance. If we start paying them, we could go through a lot of money paying for golf balls. I mean, I know that's how it was when I worked there. There was several people coming with golf balls. If that's what you want to do, I mean, okay, but
Okay, so
double
you
check.
want me to send an? Okay, so I'm going to send an email to the city attorney asking why did we pay the previous, right? Why
Yeah,
did we?
that's what I would do. Because once we start paying
Why
them,
did
we're going to be
we-
paying a
why did we-
lot. We're gonna make everyone's going to come with
Why
broken windows.
Why did we start paying? Also, you can ask Mr. Horvath at City Council because he'll actually be there. So ask why did we start paying these golf ball property damage? Why were the others approved and why is this one denied, right?
Yes.
Suggested to be denied. It's not denied yet.
Okay. So we're going to table this. Somebody want to make a motion to table 2020-4618 property damage?
I'll make a motion to table it.
Okay, motion by Cantelo-Zylman. Who would like to second it?
Alderman Hill would like to second.
Okay, Hawley,
Aye.
agree to table.
Yeah.
Cantelo-Zylman,
Aye.
Hill.
Aye.
All right. Moving on to 2020-29 property damage claim in the amount of $998.59. City attorney recommends payment of the claim to, they gave two estimates, and they say recommend to pay the lowest quote to Bob Auto for $998.59. Does anybody have any questions?
No.
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 I'll move.
Motion by Hawley, second by
A second.
Cantelo-Zylman. All right. Hill,
Aye.
Cantelo-Zylman,
Aye.
and Hawley.
Aye.
Okay. Pass for 900 and to pay, authorized payment for 998.59 to Bob's Auto. Okay. Without anything, any further, does anybody have anything else that they would like to add? All right, since there's no further business on the agenda, would somebody like to make a motion to adjourn at 7:59?
I make a motion.
Alderman
Oh,
Hill.
wait, before we adjourn, I just want to make one comment. You know what, if you guys have questions, which I've said in my emails, if you want to email me your questions and I can get the answers before the meeting to try to be, to try to move things along, it would be helpful. So if you see something that you're not sure of or you have a question, email me the question and I can forward it to the attorney, or I can call them, or I can find out an answer for you guys, okay? Could we try to do that?
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's, would somebody like to make a motion? It's 8 p.m. to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Alderman Hill would like to second.
Okay. Hawley,
Aye.
Cantelo-Zylman,
Aye.
Hill.
Aye.
All right. Our next meeting will be October, wait, hold on, I'm sorry. October 20th, right? October 20th, that's what they're, at 7 p.m. All right, everybody. It was nice to talk to everybody. And again, if you have any other questions regarding this, the overnight parking ordinance that we tabled, just email me and I will add that into the email to Chief Arzab or to whoever, the attorney,
Perfect.
Carrier, Montana.
Have a great night, guys.
All right.
You too.
Okay,
You
bye,
too.
guys.
Be safe.